Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2020 Driver Career Mode with Ferrari, episode number 70 today. Yes, 70. Can't quite believe how far I've made it, considering the fact I only do this series once or twice a week. But anyway, yes, of course, if you have of course missed any of the previous 69 videos, then I recommend you go and check them out. They're in the description below, and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. We're closing in on 400 subscribers. We're now only 8 away, currently on 392. So if you have not yet subscribed, it's the big red button on the video. It massively helps me out and sustain the channel and bringing you this series on future games to come as well, especially on F1 2021 as well. But yes, to R&D then, we can't really do much because we haven't got enough resource points. We're just on the engine side of things. We're just literally sitting waiting around for the major engine power upgrade, which should be coming in. One's coming in for Austria, the next episode, and I think then there's one coming around Belgium or Italy as well. So yes, Canada though, we'll see what we can do. It's a track that we need to win at if we're going to maintain our advantage. We're going to have a new gearbox, not the gearbox where it's been scaled to 25% races anyway, but in terms of R&D, there's not a lot being done. The only two teams to bring R&D are the AlphaTauri and Racing Point. You can just about see the very horrific blue line as ever so slightly moved up, as has the pink line for the Racing Point, or Aston Martin in this career mode by now. None of the other teams have bought any upgrades, although as we discovered in Azerbaijan, Mercedes still look quick even though they haven't done any upgrades whatsoever. Red Bull look quick as well. They've done a couple of upgrades, but we've been the ones that are making the progress, and on paper we're fastest, but in practical on the track we're not. We're probably the third fastest team. AlphaTauri has sort of gone backwards because they were very quick at times over season 4 and are now sort of slumped to being P7s, P8s in the race as opposed to being fighting for podium positions. But moving to qualifying them, let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can improve on that 5th place start that we got at Baku, but knowing my luck, it's a big fat no. Of course it was going to be a bad quality. We're 12th place and this is our final flying lap. We're only half a tenth up, and we're actually lost a bit of time coming out of the hairpin. It's not been that great. I don't know what it is, whether it's just the car, just me. We've improved through the final corners. We're going to try and straight line it. 800th of an improvement is not good enough, and we've been out qualified by Latifi. So yeah, I mean, usual struggles here, and our teammates up in P4. Yeah, and Sainz is on pole by 6.5 tenths. Well, this is going to be a struggle. We're on the back foot. What can we do? It's time for the race for today's Canadian Grand Prix.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles an hour here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions. And watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and the final chicane. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Pierre Gasly and Bottas, Magnussen, Stroll, Leclerc and Lando Norris, Latifi and a Ferrari, Luca Giotto and Kvyat, Ocon, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and Guan Yu Zhou, De Vries and Nobuharu Matsushita. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
I think we can. I mean, we should have a pass. What, I don't know what Ferrari are recommending for that bottom strategy, by the way. Mediums to hards on a 25% race. What have they been smoking? Fortunately, we're just going to go for a softer medium strategy. Might stretch it one more lap, maybe. We'll see. To lap 9, or we might come in early. I don't know, it depends how harsh the tyre wear. But anyway, enough about that. Fight lights are out and away we go. And it's a better start than Latifi. We have a very good start here. Can we dive down the inside? I think we're going 4 wide to turn 1. We've cut the corner a little bit, and we've left I think that's Magnussen, Leclerc, and Stroll behind as Gasly gets squeezed out by Bottas, and that is up to P6. So we've made up 6 positions already on the open lap, but Carlos Sainz still leads, and we really need to sort of get ahead of Bottas really. But of course, Verstappen of course is holding everybody up. You can see Alex Albon sets a new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We're going purple in sector 3, which I think is where the track suits me. This is my driving style. I'm always faster than the AI. If it's a good track, then I'm faster in 1 sector, maybe if I'm lucky 2 sectors. But you can see here the top 2 are starting to break away, Sainz and Albon. It would be good for us in the championship if we could get if Albon can overtake Sainz. We're hounding Bottas. Can we move the overtake? I decided to stick behind him because I thought he might pit, and so he did. So we're going to try and overcut Verstappen, Bottas and Vettel by coming in on lap number 8. Sainz and Albon in as well. And we'll see if we can get in amongst it as well as we come in. And we come in, and Sainz gets held, and look at that. Albon, we have managed to help Albon get jump Sainz in the race. This is very good news for us. For us, we'll see where we come out. We've got Verstappen, there's Verstappen, Vettel and Bottas. It looks like Verstappen's got a little bit quicker than the other 2. We come out in side by side with Vettel. We're going to squeeze our teammate to the inside for the next corner and take the outside line. A little bit frustrating we couldn't get ahead of Verstappen. Maybe he's fixed the issue that he had, which is causing him to be so slow during that time. But here's your race leader then, Alex Albon, leading for the first time this season in that Red Bull. Obviously he's won before in this series, unlike in real life, where he's the man really taking the fight to Bottas at times compared to Mercedes. And behind our little fight, there's a big scrap going for the final point, currently led by Charles Leclerc, with Norris and Latifi, I think there is, and one of the I think that's Magnussen as well behind as well. As if we jump to the last lap, Vettel's had a go at us on the right hand side, and I think that's going to, we squeezed him out obviously into that corner to obviously retain the position. We shouldn't, bearing in mind we're in a championship fight. Vettel is definitely not, although you could probably say it's a little bit too early to be giving team orders. But obviously Vettel loses the position round the outside to Bottas, and that's annoying for the championship. Verstappen thankfully takes fastest lap there on the last lap away from Carlos Sainz, so that's 1 less point go away, but it is only P4. It's a disappointment for me considering that, but it's damage limitation really. I think that's probably the best we could have got today. With Verstappen sort of I don't know if he fell asleep during the first half of that race or something like that, but yeah, that was close, that fastest lap though between Sainz and Verstappen. Albon won the race by a second to Sainz, ahead of 2 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen, and then we were slow, Our fastest lap was 4/10 back, but that was on the soft tyres. On the mediums, they just didn't feel that great, to be honest. They're just a bit mouldy. Gasly and Magnussen there, 7th and 8th. So in terms of the Drivers' Championship, our lead's been cut back to 6 points, where we were at the start of yesterday's race. So that's a little bit annoying. Austria's next. We'll be looking to take victory by a country mile there. Verstappen moves up into P3 now, ahead of Bottas, who's going backwards. Bottas is some 30 points behind. Verstappen, can he wake up and have a late charge and challenge Sainz? We'll have to wait and see. Unfortunately, though, because of well, it didn't really matter anyway. Regardless of Vettel losing those points, we would have been behind Red Bull by at least 1 point. But now it's a 3-point gap to Red Bull. It's a little bit annoying that Vettel can't really be up. He's had that one podium. I forgot to tell. I forgot. He did get a podium at Spain, so he needs to improve.
To enjoy that. You made it look easy. How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
I didn't see where they finished.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
What collisions? There weren't any.
Cannot be serious!
Oh, Claire. When the day will come, hopefully Codemasters will update her and she'll stop asking idiotic, stupid questions. I mean, yeah, it's not the first time, and I'm sure it won't be the last time in this series that we have that little clip of John McEnroe there. But anyway, we've got you can see on the top right, we've got 4,500 resource points. So, yeah, not really looking at durability. We are the worst team for durability, but I'm not really that bothered. Vettel's not really putting in the performances anyway to say to me, oh, we should be focusing on durability, making sure that we get the thing. 2nd of July, that major engine power, that's going to halve the deficit to Mercedes and Aston Martin at the top there. In terms of upgrades on the Sashi side, we will be putting on this ultimate weight redistribution upgrade, on the car for next weekend. It's a 2% chance of failing. It's going to come in before the Austrian Grand Prix, so we'll have another ultimate upgrade then. Hopefully we'll see if Mercedes then start to bring some upgrades or not, or Red Bull as well, because they've only brought a couple as well. But yes, Austria, for me, that will be we'll be targeting race victory there. We've won there twice before in season 1, season 2, so I think we can win again. We can win there again. If not, then we will be second, but I'm hoping that we will be able to challenge Sainz and Verstappen there for victory. Bottas hasn't looked that fast anyway, so I don't think we'll be challenging him. Well, he's the only man that we did have to really sweat it out really back in season 3, and we didn't manage to get the victory back then. And then of course after that we got a contract renegotiation, which we'll hopefully renegotiate with Ferrari. We should do, because we're miles ahead of Vettel as well, and then it'll be the 2 nightmare races of Britain and Hungary to follow. But yes, if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more episodes of the F1 2020 Driver Career with Ferrari as and when they come out. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.